Hello all, welcome, Cynthia here. Today I'm doing a 12 by 12 layout using this absolutely stunningly gorgeous papers from the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Bohemian Dream collection. And I love these papers, I love the colours, I love the patterns, it's just gorgeous all around. So what you saw me do was that floral paper with the dark background. I gutted that so I could use it as a border, and I'm going to use this pattern paper there that has all the mixed mediary, paint splashy, brushed on stroke type of feel to it as my main background. So I'm going through the papers and I want to have some strips that are running vertical as well as long as the same line as what the background paint brush strokes are. Pull out my photo here and I'm going to mount it on this floral paper as well. I quite like this paper as a background paper because it has a dark element to it, so and I cut it quite fine so you can't really see the roses or the flowers. Yes, I pull out this tulle stuff. Now this come in, so all these papers and the embellishments come in my September kit from the Kitaholic Kits Club. And I pull that tulle stuff out, if that's what it's called, a couple of times throughout the layout, but it doesn't make it on there. I just really don't know what to do with that, so I'll figure it out, I guess, by the time I get to the end of the kit. Going through trimming down the papers for my strips, so as I said, decided that I might have strips running horizontal down the page, vertical down the page. I actually struggled a fair bit with this layout. There was a lot of shuffling and umming and ahhing, and I think ultimately it was because the layout, I'm trying not to make it look too girly, so it has pinks and purples in it, and then I'm using that paper that has a floral pattern on it. And as you can see, the photo is of myself and our son, so I'm really trying not to go too far to the girly side. And I'm hoping that blue, the paper is background paper, sort of helps keep a little bit of male touch to it. Not too sure whether I succeeded in the end or not. As much as I did try not to go too female, I don't think I really made it at the end. Anyway, as I was shuffling on there, you would have saw that I grabbed the sewing machine out and I've just stitched a straight line down those strips of paper, and then just ruffled the edges and give them a bit of a distressed look. Not much, don't like too much of a stressed look, so it's just a little bit of a rough edge. So I have this heart wood veneer and I'm going to back each of the hearts. I don't make you watch me do all those, I think you watch me do a couple because all you can see is gluing and cutting, which is not that exciting. I love these wood veneers, they're from Corbett Creations. They do gorgeous wooden veneer. Wood veneer, not wooden veneer. So now I'm just shuffling it around to see where I can put it, and I ultimately decide that I think I'm going to put it up the top there, a bit like a banner that's going across the top of the page. And here I go, even though I'm trying not to make it look too girly, I'm going to bring in this flower paper again, It doesn't help the situation, and I'm using that as the backing for that frame. Now I intend on putting my journaling in that frame. Really don't know with my layouts, with any layouts that I start, I never know what I'm going to do. I don't have a plan in mind, don't have a vision. I just have the photo and I have the papers that come in the kit, and I just go from there. I have no idea how any of it will ever turn out. And so with this one, it's sort of, as I said, lots of shuffling of papers and embellishments, and not sure exactly what it is that I want it to do. So I have these little triangle pieces left over from my previous layout, and I thought I would try to use that as corners, but I don't do that. Now you would have seen that I had my journaling there, and I didn't make you watch me cut it into thinner strips and then glue it down, but I have actually done that now, so you can see in that frame how I spoke about. I've cut the journaling into strips and I've glued it all down. So this layout and photo is about just about a time that my son's going through, so I'll read you the journaling. It says, "This time in your life is such a hard time for me. You're starting to not want to hold hands walking through the schoolyard. The other day you jumped out of the car and took off to play with your mates without even stopping for a goodbye kiss. My heart cracked right there and then. I will breathe in and cherish every single kiss, cuddle, smidgel and smudgel that we share. May the smidgels and smudgels never end." So he's 8.5 going on 9, and I've noticed in probably last month, a few times we've walked through the schoolyard and he's just slowly slid his hand out of my hand. And yes, as I said the other day, he got to school and he saw one of his mates and he was out the car and off and didn't even think twice. So, he's growing up, and look, I'm grateful and love the fact that he's growing up, but you still do love my kisses and my cuddles and our smidgels and smudgels, as we call them. Hopefully they won't stop altogether. So I probably didn't do a great deal while I was reading the journaling. I wasn't watching, so I hope I didn't, but it was probably just more shuffling of more papers. So I've pulled out those couple of bits of ephemera, one to the right hand side, and I really struggled to figure out exactly what it said. Was it "how you have my heart"? And I thought, no, that doesn't sound right, so maybe it's "now you have my heart." But, oh no, sorry, back up. Does it say "how have my heart"? Now that doesn't make sense, because to me that first letter looks like a H and the last letter looks like a W. I just couldn't figure it out, and it took me ages to realise. I think it says "you have my heart." I don't know. Tell me, is that what it says? I hope so, because that's what I'm putting it down as. And then on the left hand side beside the frame, I've just put out another piece of ephemera that says "shine bright." And here I'm pulling out the stamp that come in the set, or in the collection, and I'm using this paint swatch, and I've gone through all the reds until I found the red that matched the pinky reds that are in this collection, and I've just stamped that, and now I'm going to stamp over top of that in a different colour paint, a different colour ink, "Little Moments," because that's what this one's about. Just the little moments, just a little change that ultimately leads to a man growing up, I guess. So just going through the inks, doing some tests to see what I think will stand out on top of my red. I was initially trying to go for a white writing, but I don't have white ink. So I've used it's purple actually, which ones fits anyway with the colours of the collection. How has everyone been? Everyone managed to get some scrapping done or some art journaling or whatever it is that you like to do? As I said before, I struggled with this one. So this one I worked on and off for a few days, maybe 3 days, before I finally managed to get it completed. But I absolutely love the way it looks and all the colours associated with it. It's gorgeous. So I pulled out some leaves. No, not leaves. What are they? They are feathers that come in the collection, and I'm going to put them there to the right hand side, and I'm quite liking the way that looks. Decided that I would turn the heart into a little bit of a dream catcher. So part of the kit we have the exclusive die cuts, and a part of the die cuts is a dream catcher. I've decided to use the feathers as a part of that come from the dream catcher and make the hearts, the bit that they hang from. So I'm just organising that. Sorry, I've got a bit distracted. I'm doing this voiceover, and our son, the young Edward himself, has just managed to get out of bed and has come out and is getting a drink and trying to give me a kiss at the same time. So I can't knock back a kiss, as you know. So anyway, so I'm liking the way that looks. I think that's a little bit different. Don't know how it actually works with the page, but it does for me, so I'm going to run with it. I like the look of it, so that's good enough. Just using the trusty hot glue gun to glue it all down. So I thought I trimmed this little bit out. No, I decided to leave it in, didn't I? Anyway, so I'm just checking to make sure I've got the right length, and I'm going to thread that one through the bottom. So I had to use the knife there just to cut a hole so I could thread it through. I pop all that up on foam dots just to give it a little bit of height, and I really don't do much more to the layout. By the time I do that, it's finished. So thank you very much for sticking with me this far, and as I've said before, this layout I really did struggle with. Lots of fiddling, lots of moving of the ephemera, but I think I got there, and I really like the way it came out in the end. I love the colours in this collection, and I really wanted to document this story in this moment, so I'm happy I've done that. So as I said, thank you very much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, and I will catch you on the next video. Okay then, talk to you then. Bye. Oh, I forgot to say that I have a giveaway on my channel at the moment, open to the 1st of November 2017. So if you haven't seen that video already, jump on over and have a watch. You are able to win a gift card for $50 to a store of your choice. So certainly worthwhile popping over and having a look at that video. Okay, once again, thank you very much, and I will chat to you on the next one. Bye.